change my mind. Your headstrong forward.
Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. I cannot believe we are on Christmas Eve. Oh my goodness, how time has flown. As you can see, my house is kind of a complete disaster in this situation. I have been trying to fit in all the Christmassy stuff because I feel like time is just flying, and needless to say, certain areas have been getting neglected, and between baking and cooking and everything, the kitchen was out of control. So on this day, I am starting off in the kitchen because, yeah, it was in need. And I'm one of these people that the kitchen is like my gateway chore, where if I get this done, I feel so much more motivated to tackle other areas of the house. And in the same sense, if my kitchen is a disaster, I feel like the entire house is a disaster. This is the one room of the house that if it is dirty, I just can't function. So starting off in here, we are first trying to declutter the space. That's always my recommendation when you start a cleaning project. Declutter first, and this doesn't always mean getting rid of stuff. It just means tidying up so that it's less visually overwhelming as you go. So what are your guys' plans for today? Are we just still finished preparing for Christmas Day? Do you guys do stuff on Christmas Eve? We are actually going to my parents tonight. So I am getting stuff prepped and prepared for tomorrow during the day. So I've got still a lot of cleaning and chores to get done, but I swear that's every day. But then we are going to enjoy the evening at Mom and Dad's. We are doing homemade pizza and appetizers. I'm actually bringing a dessert charcuterie board type thing. I don't know. I got a bunch of fun little dessert type stuff, and then I made a chocolate sauce and caramel sauce to go on it. I figured often, especially with holidays, we will make desserts, and usually people bring it home because no one wants a big piece of dessert after eating. And I figured this was going to be a nice way to have dessert, but you can have a bite of dessert or 2 bites of dessert and not a whole pie or something. And the kids, I'm sure, will absolutely love it. But then tomorrow, I am keeping it super easy. The big meal of the day is probably going to be breakfast. I plan on waking up early and making eggs and kielbasa and what else? Hash browns. And today I actually I'll probably do this when we get home from Mom and Dad's. I'm going to do a, what is it called? Oh, losing train of thought. Oh, cinnamon roll, casserole. So I'm taking cinnamon rolls, going to cut them up and make almost like a bread pudding type mixture. So eggs, heavy cream, and then I think I'm also going to cut up some apples and make it with some cinnamon apples in it as well, because my kids love apple pie or anything apple. So I'm going to work on that tonight and then wake up early and work on everything else. But then after that, it is going to be all relaxed stuff. I'm doing appetizers and finger food all day. That way we can just really enjoy our day as a family, watching movies, kids playing with their new toys and stuff like that. And I'm not stuck in a kitchen all day because honestly, I would much rather have a little bit more low-keyed when it comes to food and get to actually enjoy the day with Bobby and the kids.
I can feel my body cold against the concrete, but I can't seem to get enough. My mind is fixed on what it wants. I just let you beat me. Looks can be deceiving. Let you get the best of me. In bed with my worst enemy. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Pack up and get me home. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Pack up and get me home. So put your hand in mine.
It has been a crazy crazy weekend here in our house, though. I feel like with the kids getting out of school Friday, like that's like the start of, okay, let's really enjoy our winter break and stuff. And we've just been trying to do so much. But I will say, so last night we watched, what is it called? Red One on Amazon Prime. It's the new Christmas movie on there. It was so good. And it was just so much fun because we watched it in our bedroom. So we had all the kids either in the bed or on the sofa and watching it, and everyone loved it. If you have not watched that one, I highly recommend it. It was nice because it was different than all the Christmas movies that we're used to seeing, and it had a different storyline. I feel like when you're watching the Netflix ones or Hallmark ones that are new every year, it's the same storyline, where this one was a little bit different. Now, don't get me wrong, you still kind of have an idea of what's going on, but it wasn't the typical small town girl falls in love with the Prince of Ireland, or the executive going back to her hometown, falling in love with the stable boy. It wasn't those typical Christmas movies that we see every single year. And it was a lot of fun. So we really enjoyed watching that one. I was almost afraid we were going to miss it because we've just been doing so much that actually getting to sit down and watch Christmas movies hasn't been a priority this year. We actually still have so many Christmas movies we haven't watched. Like usually we watch Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story and all these other ones. And yeah, we've watched almost none of them so far this year. But it's not like we haven't been doing other stuff, so I'm totally okay with that. Oh, also, if you're wondering what I'm putting in my sink, I love putting essential oils down my sink drain after I give it a really good cleaning, because it just makes the whole kitchen smell so much fresher and cleaner. And you guys know me, I like to set the mood when I am cleaning. So if for you that's lighting a candle, using essential oils, your cleaning products, whatever it is, I always say go for that. I usually do essential oils, but I am not against candles either. There are some times that I love lighting a candle because it's not just the smell, then you also get the flicker of the candle and everything, and it's just so pretty. So set your mood, use some really nice cleaning products that give you just a sense of relaxation. So good.
Oh, tell me how you could just leave my side and just forget me and all the things we did together. Oh, tell me why you couldn't even try to meet me halfway. I gave you all I had, but it didn't seem to be.
All right, so this may be very controversial, but I need your guys' opinion because I am someone that I love social media, especially like at night when I just need something brain rot wise. Either I'm on YouTube watching, actually I watch everything on YouTube, cleaning, educational, cooking, homesteading, all those things. But there's sometimes that I just want that like quick, what is it called, serotonin hit that the different platforms like Instagram or TikTok really give you. However, lately, like the past month now, I have been hating TikTok. Like, I don't know about you, but when I'm scrolling and I just want to scroll, I just want some inspirational stuff, some funny stuff. Like, I just want to be able to scroll and see some of my favorite creators and different stuff like that. I follow a lot of like homesteaders there too, so I love seeing everyone's different animals. Lately though, oh my goodness, if I'm scrolling through 10 videos, like 8 of the 10 are TikTok shop, and I am hating it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am all for people on social media getting paid to do what they do. You guys know I have ads on my channels, and sometimes I do sponsorships, and I greatly appreciate you guys for supporting me when I do those things. But I try to not like overwhelm my content with it. And I feel like TikTok has gone overboard with TikTok shop, and I do not even enjoy it anymore. So I am very close to deleting it. So I don't even care about this whole TikTok ban that they're talking about because I'm really like frustrated with the way it turned into. It used to be a great little area if you just like wanted to scroll and brain dead watch stuff, and now it's all sales. Like almost every video is sales. Let me know, am I being overly picky or do you guys agree? Like you guys, I see it on Instagram and stuff, but it's not overwhelming, so it doesn't bug me. Because like I said, I think everyone should get paid for the work that they do, but I think TikTok, and I don't think it's the creators that are doing this, I think it's TikTok in general is pushing the TikTok shop videos way too much, and it is definitely driving me crazy. Oh, so I ran my oven on the self-clean mode. Don't come at me. I know some people says that's horrible to do, but it makes my life so much easier. So the day before, so that is why this wiped out so easy is I ran it on self-clean, and on the inside of the oven, that normally pretty much does all of it, especially because I try and keep up with it as much as possible. And then on the door, I noticed that the self-clean doesn't get the doors as well, so that's when I pulled out the oven cleaner. Easy off, it's a must. I know some people are against the hard chemicals, and I don't like using it all the time, but there's certain areas that using them, it's definitely worth it just because it saves you so much time and effort, and it just cleans this door off really well. I also always like to use it on my stovetop, on the one burner that I use most because there's always stuff that has burnt on there. And then I don't need to worry about scrubbing the glass top. You can see it just pulls it off so easy, and scratching it up. So I would rather use something like this, cleans it really good, and then I don't need to worry about some sort of like razor blade or something scratching it, especially since this one isn't in the greatest shape anyway. It came with the house, so I want to try to keep it as nice as possible.
I'm sick of lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Delete.
Now I'm trying to do a little bit more thorough of a deep clean on my floors. I like to do this at least once a week. I will say I don't mop my floors nearly as often as I used to because of this robot vacuum mop. I love these things. Definitely, if you are still on the fence of getting one of these mop vacuums, go for it. I have the Eureka. I love my Eureka, but I have heard good things about other brands as well. So whatever is in your budget, that's what I say go with. I do recommend, though, getting the cordless ones. I just find when I have a product that I have to plug in, I am less apt to grab it out. And that may sound like weird or like there's no point, but personally, I've always been that type where a cordless vacuum over a corded vacuum, I'm more likely to grab out the cordless one over the corded one. So same with the mop vacuums. I do recommend going with cordless for that reason, but definitely just stick with what's in your budget. This Eureka one, I feel like is really budget friendly, but also works really, really well. But going back to deep cleaning my floors, because you're probably like, okay, deep clean your floors, but you're using this. So have you ever heard the whole thing that you're supposed to mop your floors till the water runs dry? Well, let's be realistic. I don't do that ever. And I'm sure there's a lot of us that don't. We just mop our floors and we're done. But I do think all of us will either vacuum or sweep and then mop, because we don't want to mop over crumbs and things like that. So whenever I'm going to mop my floors, I will pull out my wet dry vacuum to clean first, and then I will mop. I feel like it's a great way to get a double mop without the work of a double mop. So this is always my go-to, is use the wet dry vacuum. It picks up all the crumbs and everything, does a quick initial mopping to get the top layer of dirt off, And then I go in and really scrub the floors with my mop. So I feel for any of you guys in the Midwest right now. My sisters have been Marco Poloing me, and the amount of snow they have gotten, it is one thing I do not miss from Wisconsin. Now, we have had some cooler weather here in Florida the past couple of weeks, and it's not really supposed to warm up, but I know cold is definitely very subjective and depends on where you live, because when we lived in Wisconsin, I would definitely not be calling our weather right now in Florida chilly. But when your body adjusts, cold is relative. But yeah, I've been seeing all the snow and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I just can't handle that. I actually had someone asking the other day if we ever would plan on going up to Wisconsin for like Christmas and stuff. And I was like, yeah, no. One, it is freezing. But two, we drive when we go to Wisconsin because I could not imagine flying with 4 children. But also Bobby and I just don't like flying. If we need to fly because we have to get somewhere quickly, we do. But I swear every time we fly, we end up so sick afterwards. So we always drive. And there is no way I would want to be driving through the mountains in winter to go up to Wisconsin. Definitely not something on our bucket list. But I did want to show you guys the quick before. I mentioned in my last video that I think it's very important if you are lacking motivation to clean your house to either take video footage or photos of where you are cleaning. And this is why I recommend it, because it's really easy to forget where you started. Like, look at all this. And then look at what it became. It can be very overwhelming in the beginning. And then it's funny because by the time you're done, like, you almost mentally don't even remember how messy it was. But getting to see your work and your progress, I feel like, is one of the most motivating things you can do to get you up and going. But after I was done in there, I am moving into the bedroom. Nothing too crazy, just typical stuff. My nightstand is always a wreck because I'm up in the middle of the night, either changing diapers, feeding, or pumping, or all 3 at the same time. And oh my goodness, the cravings I got when I was pregnant honestly weren't too crazy. I am someone that when I am pregnant, I crave fruit and yogurt and stuff like that. But my hunger with nursing is over the top, and I feel like it's worse this time around. And I don't know if it's because I'm pumping. I don't know what it is, but my cravings have been crazy. And when I pump, I'm just like super thirsty. So needless to say, in the middle of the night, my nightstand ends up to be a complete disaster because there is no way I'm worrying about putting this stuff away in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. So yeah. Now, I am curious. So I love putting up Christmas early. You guys know this. I am a huge Christmas fan. So is Bobby. That's why the inside of our house is always very decorated. The outside of our house is very decorated. But I am also the type that once Christmas is over, I am always very excited to take Christmas down. So I will normally take Christmas down either the week of Christmas or the week after Christmas. It really just depends on my mood and the kids' moods. Because in the past, I have gone to take down decorations and the kids got really upset, and I'm not going to take them down early. And I don't mean early like before Christmas, but I will leave them up an extra week if the kids really want them left up. But I do like them to be taken down before New Year's. I like to start New Year's with the house fresh, clean, very minimal. I will usually take my decor down and not put up the like day-to-day decor for a day or two and just live in a very minimal, peaceful, decorless house. I know that sounds kind of crazy and doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I do like that just like soothing time where there is no decor left up, especially because it's like you had Christmas before Christmas was Halloween. Before Halloween, we had all of our fall stuff up. So that like fall, winter time is very decor heavy. And I'm someone that I prefer neutrals. Now, I love my holiday decor. I don't want you guys to think differently. But when it all comes down and I can go back to my like more warm neutrals and very earth tone house, I always find that so relaxing to just let it be for at least a couple days.
Won't you take me for a ride? I will love the feeling of the wind in my hair while it's beating. On the highway down by the sea, we go on and on and on. Listen to us tears go by in the very first sunlight, and we know it has just started. On and on.
So I'm curious, what did you ask for Christmas, or did you not ask for anything? I feel like there's definitely a wide variety of people when it comes to Christmas. As adults, I am the type that I don't usually ask for anything unless there's something very specific that I want. And it's usually something practical. But Bobby and I don't usually do gifts unless, like I said, it's something like specific, practical that we're going to get anyway. But here's an excuse, use it for Christmas. So we don't normally do Christmas presents. Actually, this year, because our blow up hot tub, I don't know what I was trying to say before. That blow up hot tub had died, and we really enjoy our blow up hot tub, especially between Bobby's back and shoulder and knees. My back is shot, and everything. We actually use it on a regular basis. So when we replaced that, both of us were like, okay, call this Christmas for the two of us. And we often do things like that where if there's a big purchase that needs to be made, we call it Christmas for the two of us. But I'm also that way when it comes to anyone in our family that are adults. We don't like to just buy to buy. Kids are different. Like, kids always want something. Plus, I feel like the holidays is more about them than us. I don't get joy from opening a bunch of presents and stuff. I get joy from watching the kids do it. So never a big deal. The one thing we do though, so I love our our grade school down here does a Christmas shop every single year. So we send, well, this year it was just Bjorn, with like $20, $30. Usually 20 is more than enough because they have things very inexpensive there. And they get to shop at the Christmas shop. The teacher that runs it also wraps the gifts, so they're already wrapped before they come home. And we love doing that with the kids. This was the first year, though, because Xander's in middle school, he didn't have the Christmas shop. So I took him actually yesterday to Five Below. I figured once again, it's nothing crazy expensive, but then the kids get involved for shopping for their siblings and mom and dad if they want, and just all of that. Because I know they always really, really enjoy it. And I took Freya this year, so it's her first year shopping for her brothers, which it took a little bit to get her to realize that we weren't shopping for her. But I also feel like it's a good learning experience when we do stuff like that, because she went in and may have wanted the toys and the candy and stuff that she saw, but letting her realize, hey, we're not here shopping for ourselves. We're here to do something nice for our brothers and get them some gifts. So we really enjoy that. But all that to be said, Bobby and I are not huge gift givers, except for when it comes to the kids. We like to spoil the nieces and nephews and cousins. But when it comes to him and I, or like even our parents, we love doing stuff that are more like acts of service rather than actual like presents. So yeah, I'm curious. Do you guys go like all out present wise, you and your husband or significant other? Or are you kind of like us where it's like, okay, if there's something specific, sure, we'll ask. But otherwise, like I could care less if I didn't get a single present on Christmas.
I've tried, written down the words to say it is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out, wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind, baby, you're the one. And tonight I am.
So being in the bathroom got me thinking, so my least favorite chore isn't so much the bathroom. I do keep up with the bathroom pretty well, but specifically our shower. Now, don't get me wrong. I love our shower. We specifically designed it to be a very large shower because, one, we have a very large dog that we often will shower in there. But we also have like kids and stuff. So it's nice for the little ones if I'm giving Freya a shower that I can be on one side of the shower not getting wet as I'm washing her hair or making sure that she's fully getting cleaned, or if I bring the baby in there with me, because I am the type that I don't love doing like baby bathtubs once they get to a certain age. I like bringing them in the shower with me and washing them, cleaning them at the same time as me, and I like being able to once again throw Athena on the side where the shower's not running, and I'll put like a wet towel over her to keep her warm after I'm done washing her. That way she can still like play. She loves, by the way, her showers. It is one thing. I don't do it every single night, but probably about every other night I will give her a shower because she loves them. And she always goes to bed so much easier afterwards. Actually, talking about her bedtime routine, she just started sleeping in her own room literally like 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, the first night was a little rough. However, after that, she has been doing so much better. I really wanted to like get her into the habit of that because during the day, she usually would sleep in our closet, and I don't come at me for that. The closet was nice because the closet is probably the warmest room in our house and the darkest and quietest. And I found that she just slept so well in there. And I am someone that I need to sleep with the fan on because I am a hot box and I get warm at night super easy, and I was noticing she was not doing well with the fan on. And it just happened that her being in the closet, which is right next to my side of the bed and everything, she was sleeping so well. But when it comes to like naps and stuff, she would only sleep in there as well, and it was just getting more and more difficult. So we moved her into her own room, and now she is sleeping in there like a pro. So that's exciting. Also kind of sad because it's like, how are you growing up so fast that she still wakes up usually once in the middle of the night. There are nights where she will sleep from like 8 at night till 6 in the morning, but usually she'll sleep from about 8 at night till 2 in the morning, maybe 3 in the morning, and then sleep again till 7 or 8. So yes, she still does get up in the middle of the night, but it's not as frequent. So that's why I felt comfortable letting her go into her own room. And it also just makes it a lot easier. I'm not worried about someone going in our closet in the middle of the day and waking her up from her naps. I'm not worried. There's just a lot of things, and I feel like in the long run, it's going to make it where she gets much better sleep being in her room.
Should I keep your number on my phone? Should I keep it or let go? Keep your number on my phone. Why should I keep your number on my phone? Should I keep it or let go? Keep your number on my phone. Through the day, deep inside, faster than a puppy loose. Got no time for your vices. I'd rather be alone. You love me, and this isn't your party.
So going into the new year, I would love your guys' opinions on future content to come. Obviously, I'm always going to have a ton of cleaning videos, but if there's specific cleaning videos you prefer more than others, is it organization, decluttering? I'd love your opinion on my recipes that I've been sharing in my videos, just so I can get like a gauge. I know there are some people that are like, don't love the recipes, other people that are loving them. But when you guys leave a comment and let me know, it kind of will let me gauge of the majority of, is it a majority of people that are like, don't like it, or a majority of people that are enjoying a little bit of a change. And then also, you guys, if you follow us on our family vlog channel, I would love to know what you guys want to see over there also. That is definitely my channel, or our channel, that's a little bit all over the place. We get to have a little bit more fun with it because I'm not like super strict over there about the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. But that is where I would also love to know what you guys want to see, what you enjoy seeing over there, and any input is always greatly, greatly appreciated.
Should I keep your number on my phone? Should I keep it or let go? Keep your number on my phone. Why should I keep your number on my phone? Should I keep it or let go? Keep your number on my phone. Should I keep your number? Keep your number on my phone.
This dog room is always a constant struggle to keep clean, just because the amount of like dog food or pet food in general, bird food, dog food, and hair that ends up in this room is insane. So I just wanted to go in here real quick and clean these couches. You guys know Bailey absolutely loves laying on this couch. So it's pretty much a daily situation that I have to come in here and vacuum it, especially since both the dogs right now are shedding insanely, which is why if you notice dog hair on my clothes, that's just a way of life here. There is no way to keep it like not on my clothes. Now, I can get off with a lint roller or something, but I'm just hanging out at home, so it doesn't really bother me. I got my hair up because I know I'm going to get sweaty from working and cleaning all day. Leggings because they're cozy and comfortable. And yeah, when it comes to dog hair, it doesn't stress me out because I know realistically I'm going to be sweaty with a little bit of baby puke mixed in there, and just throw some dog hair on top. That's just real life, mom life. Like my life. I actually saw someone the other day, and no shade, but she had a little bit older kids, probably like Freya's age, and she was asking about like why moms don't like get up and get ready every single day, and I commented, and now for me, honestly, a lot of it is I don't care. Like, I am okay when I am home just being comfortable. Like, to me, that is the most important thing, is my comfort. So I don't really care about putting on makeup and doing my hair and stuff like that. Everyone's different. Some people, they love that. It makes them feel good to do stuff like that. And I am all about whatever makes you feel your best, go for it. Because that is what matters. Don't do it because it makes someone else feel good. Do it because it makes you feel good. But yeah, I'm like, I am like at a phase in my life where I don't care. And it's not that I don't care about myself. I actually, one of my big goals for 2025 is taking better care of myself when it comes to a lot of things. I started to go see a new primary care doctor, going to the chiropractor, and really trying to get my back figured out. Like, I want to take better care of myself, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things. When I say I don't care, I mean, I don't care what other people think. That is one great thing. And nowadays, I always tell girls that are like in their 20s that don't be afraid of turning 30. My cousin just turned 30. I'm like, 30s are your best, because I feel like once I turned like 30, 31 is when I finally was like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care what people think about me. If you are not my immediate family, and when I say immediate family, I mean like Bobby and the kids, I just don't care. As long as I'm happy and my family's happy, that is what matters most to me. So that is why comfort matters most to me. But I know everyone's a little bit different. Also, sorry, I do sometimes go on a rant. And if you're new here, I apologize, because you just don't know me well enough to realize that sometimes I get very chatty and sometimes I'm not very chatty. And yeah, this is a time that I just talked a little bit too much. So I'm going to shut my mouth and play some music for you guys.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright.
Oh, I do often get questions about this specific vacuum. So I got this on Amazon years ago. It's supposed to be like a hyperallergenic vacuum. So it's great for getting out like the really fine particles of dust mites. You guys have seen me use it on my mattress, things like that. But then it also has one of those like blue light sterilizers at the bottom of it. Now, this specific one I don't see on Amazon anymore, but like I said, that was years ago. That was back at our old house, well before we moved. So I'm probably thinking I've had this for about 5 years. But I know there's some new ones out nowadays. So if you look up mattress vacuum, because that is how I found this one. And I'm sure you'll find plenty that are very, very similar. I'm just going and replacing the mop pads in my robot vacuum. This robot vacuum I keep specifically in the dog room. I love this because it's very little fuss to it. This one has a water tank. It has a self-emptying. And then even the pads on it, you see I just put a whole chunk of pads because it puts the pad on and then takes the dirty one off. So about once a month, I go and I refill the water and replace the pads and empty the dirty ones, and that's it. But I like this because I can run this every single day, and it just keeps this room so much cleaner. Less sand, less dirt, less everything.
Don't you worry about. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the tricks you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, leaving tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine. Got no money on my mind.
I did just have someone ask me about these water filters and the diffuser in the kitchen currently. Just trying to figure out what the difference was. So these are air purifiers. So basically you put water in it. This one was being finicky for me. It ended up just needed a really good wipe down. The motor was getting finicky. It's pretty easy to clean if this is ever an issue. And then I will actually normally end up running a like vinegar and water system through it, and that also really helps to get it going. But so this one, you put water in it. I like putting essential oils or scent beads or something like that in it as well, and it pulls the air in. The air will filter through the water and come out cleaner. So just kind of an idea, if there's dust in the air and you have a water bottle or like a spritz bottle and you spritz the dust, it would all like fall to the ground because it's now wet. Same situation with these, is it pulls the dirty air in. Dirt, hair, dust can't fly in water, so as the air comes out, it comes out clean. Where the one in my kitchen is just a diffuser. I put water in it, I put essential oils in it, and it lets out a misty steam. So that is the two differences. I also always get questions about my diffuser and where I got it. So mine is a Young Living. Way back when I got it, there weren't like dupes for it, and I did love it, but it was crazy expensive. I got it a little bit cheaper because I got it when I signed up for Young Living, which is the cheapest way to get it from Young Living. However, I always tell people I don't recommend getting it from Young Living nowadays. There are so many beautiful diffusers on Amazon that look on Amazon, and you can specifically find a dupe for that one on Amazon for way, way less. But Amazon diffusers are so pretty and so much cheaper. When I had my like succulent plant diffuser, that was from Amazon. I have seen these really cool salt crystal diffusers. That is actually one of the few things that I have on my Christmas list for like our Secret Santa with Bobby's side. We draw names and do a Secret Santa on his side. So we always just put on like little things that are not crazy expensive, but things that you want. And that is one of the things I put on there because it's really pretty, and I thought it was a good gift idea. But yeah, Amazon, great place to find anything when it comes to diffusers. I've also always had really good luck with their diffuser oils. I am a little bit more picky though. Like, I like to read reviews, ingredients, things to make sure that they're good diffuser oils. But yeah, a lot of that stuff I do just get off of there.
I will not bow down. Keep putting me off, I'm not gonna change my mind. You're headstrong forward, but this time around I'm taking my time. Don't push me, I'm not coming down, I'm not giving.
It felt so good to get those couple of rooms done, but the last thing on my to-do list for this day was wrapping. Let me know if you guys are done wrapping. I, on this day, got everything wrapped. However, since we do have a lot of family that live out of state, I actually still have stuff that I am going to be wrapping tonight before Santa comes, because they showed up after the fact. So I've been just like saving it so I can do one more big wrapping situation. Nice thing is, like, Amazon and stuff does often offer the gift wrapping option, and we always try to take advantage of it. And I know Bobby's siblings and stuff always try and take advantage of it, but there's just some things that don't have those options, so they get sent to us, and then I wrap and put everyone's name on it and everything. But yeah, so this was just a fun little wrapping game. Emptying everything, because I was just leaving everything in the Amazon boxes. That way I didn't need to worry about prying eyes on all the gifts. And then, so on this day, I was like, okay, let's take everything out, like make piles of each kid, if it's for Xander, Bjorn, Freya, Athena, and then just knock it out and get as much of it done as possible. I actually am pretty happy this year because it's not a crazy amount of gifts, which is what we prefer. Nowadays, the boys have gotten to an age where they don't really want toys and stuff. They're asking for more clothing items, and then usually it's something for video games. So I like that for the pure fact of if they wanted something, 100%, go for it. But I never want them to ask for stuff just because. It's a lot nicer when they can get things that they actually need and not things that we're going to end up decluttering in just a couple of months. And now to do the big box breakdown, we had all the boxes that all the gifts came in. And yes, I'm just keeping these all in Athena's room right now. It was honestly easier than hiding it in our closet this year. And a lot easier to be able to sit down and wrap it all. So this is where I had it. But I'm curious, so how do you guys do Christmas gifts? Now, obviously in our family, there is one little girl that is still very much into the magic of Christmas, and two bigger boys that are a little bit more educated. I am trying to be cautious with my wording of stuff, so hopefully you can read between the lines, because I know some mamas watch this with their kids. But for us, even when it comes from gifts from family and stuff, we don't put almost anything under the tree until Christmas Eve. I always, when I was little, my parents did it where we woke up and everything was there Christmas morning, and I keep doing that with our kids. But now on to dinner. So this is a white chicken lasagna soup, and it turned out absolutely amazing. I started with one medium to large onion, 2 stalks of celery, and then 2 carrots, and diced all of that up.
I'd run 1,000 miles if I could run with you. And from what I have heard, you do the same thing too. I wanna say forever, we could be good together. Guess mystery loves company. Better too late than never. You know.
And then once I had that done, I did half a stick of butter with a little bit of oil and let that start melting. And then I added in all the cut up vegetables. So the onion, the celery, the carrots, and I like to saute that till the carrots are softened. I say the carrots because the onions and celery usually soften really quickly, but the carrots take a little while. Seasoning, I always say season with your preference. I am going with garlic, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, and a little bit of red chili flakes. Not too much. The kids don't love it. And then I did, I think it was 6 cups of water, and I threw in some chicken thighs. And I let that simmer on low for a good hour or 2. I love that doing whole chicken thighs and letting them cook like that because it really flavors the broth. And then obviously it cooks the chicken nicely, but letting it cook in the broth like that, you don't even need to worry about adding chicken stock. Now, I did add some of that Better Than Bouillon chicken paste earlier, and it's just because I really like that. But then I ended it by taking some lasagna noodles and just broke it up in there, and then a bag of frozen spinach. So good. So good. I was not working off of a recipe. I just saw a picture on, I want to say it was, I forgot I added these two. I added some sun-dried tomatoes. I love sun-dried tomatoes and will add them to almost anything. But yeah, this dinner turned out amazing. We had 0 leftovers and it was so easy. So yeah, definitely give it a try. I'm sorry, I don't have specific recipes. I am one of these cooks that I just like to wing it. But white chicken lasagna soup, I know there's recipes out there because I saw a picture of it on Facebook. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And check out last week's videos. Those are so motivating and will get you guys definitely up and going and everything ready before Christmas. As always, thank you guys for sending in your Christmas photos. And I will see you guys Friday. Bye.